What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Not a very eventful day because it was Sunday, Monday. Sunday, Monday, always very uneventful for us until we get to football season. Then obviously Sunday is going to become a bigger day for us because of NFL, of course. Now, with that being said, we do hit a 2x right here. Not the best thing in the world. You know, this guy pushes at 6. And if he would have got obviously less than 6, 5, 4, 3, whatever, then this would have been a 5x or a 5.5x. Now, we do go up 1 unit from this. Again, not the best thing ever. I would have liked to get more than a 2x from it, but it is what it is, guys. I'm not going to complain. And then you will see that we actually have 3 misses here. With these 3 misses, obviously this guy misses by like three passes. This guy goes under, and then this one, I'll get into this. This was yesterday's play of the day. And we have a setup, right? So to you know, if you count, we have 3 misses and then we go up 1 unit, so we actually do go down 2 units yesterday and today, or the past 24 hours. But as always, echo, guys, if you're concerned about going down 2 units, then I don't know what to tell you, right? Like 2 units, absolutely nothing. I never think about things on a day-to-day basis. You need to stop thinking about things on a day-to-day basis. This is not how betting should be played out, right? 2 units, absolutely nothing. If you look over Friday, Saturday, we literally went up 30 units over the weekend, right? So if you look at things, even on a bit of a longer time horizon of 3 days, you will see that we've gone up. Then if you have 30 units on Friday, Saturday, and then you go down 2 units on a Sunday, that is still 28 units on a 3-day time scale. Now, again, I don't care about 3 days either. I'm more thinking in terms of months, right? So over the last month, again, I've gone over this at length, and this is probably the last time I'll go over this. But again, if you look at the past 30 days, which I updated this yesterday, you will see 17 days straight in the beginning of July of winning. Then we had about a 9 to 10 day lose streak, right? And I was very, very transparent about all of this during this whole time, transparent about us losing and stuff during this time. And then the last 2 to 3 days of July, it was very, very flat, right? And you'll see that right here. We go up a unit, we go down a unit, very flat. And then obviously the first couple days of August, that Friday, Saturday days, had amazing run right here where we went up like 30 units on those days. So start of August has been amazing. You'll see the past 30 days right here. And again, I track absolutely everything. All right, guys. So if you don't see anything tracked, then it's not my channel, because I track absolutely everything. I track on Sleeper, I track on Better, I track on PrizePicks. I forgot to erase some of this stuff even in yesterday's video, so I apologize about this. But you'll see over 2026, guys, and this is what I'm talking about long term. I'm talking about months. I'm talking about multiple months. I'm sometimes talking about seasons. You know, when I talk about the World Cup, going into the World Cup, I'm talking about how can we do during the entire World Cup. I'm not thinking about one round. I'm not thinking about a couple of games today and you know, the Group E stage. I'm talking about how can we do during the entire World Cup. And during the entire World Cup, we went up more than 100 units, all right? So 222 units, 221 units so far in 2026. That would be more than $2,000 if you are a $10 sports bettor. Now, because we didn't have that eventful of a day, there's just not that much. I do want to get into some of these entries, and this is very important to listen to because, guys, soccer has not changed in 150 years. League of Legends has not changed in 20 years. Valorant has not changed in 10 years. And again, these games didn't change. They just came out 10 years ago, or they came out 20 years ago. Soccer was formed, 200 years ago or whatever, whoever started the first soccer game. Again, these guys are extremely correlated together, not because of some new rule or anything. It is because this is how soccer is played out. One important thing to see is right here, I doubled down on these guys, so I want to talk about this duo and why I really like them. But you will see, this is really important to understand, is how correlated they are. Look at how tied together they are. I think we can kind of say they both got about 80 to 85% of their line, and look at how correlated these guys are. The reason why is because we're not betting on individual players. We obviously are, we're betting on Ramon and Eric, but we are more betting on Club America to have less possession. And if that does happen, then these guys are going to go under. Why? Because every time Club America has the ball, Ramon and Eric can have the ball as well, and they can pass to each other. So Ramon can pass to Eric, Eric can pass to Ramon, and you'll see if you go into this game, Club America had 52% possession. Now you might be saying, well, 52 is more than 50, so they actually did have some possession, so what are you even talking about? Well, you have to have the context of these situations. This is why I talk about, kind of having experience in some of this stuff, right? Club America is the number 1 team right now in League MX, and Santos is the 17th team in League MX, okay? So Santos is like a bottom 3 team, and Club America is the actual number 1 team in the league right now. So Vegas, PrizePicks, whatever entity is setting these lines, probably thought that Club America would get, I don't know, 58, 60% possession in this game. So they only get 52% possession, which was less than expected, okay? Now, if you would have saw Club America, let's just say in some alternate universe, they have 70% possession instead of 52, then yes, these guys would have soared over, and this guy probably would have got 70 plus passes. Now, if they would have gotten in some alternate universe, let's just say 40% possession or 30% possession, again, this is just an alternate, reality here, these guys probably would have only gotten, I don't know, 30 passes, 20 passes, and they would have been right here instead, okay? So this is the strategy we use called correlation. Same thing in League of Legends, all right? Again, League of Legends is not going to change. If we look at Red Canids right here, which is this team, we took the unders on both these guys, Steps and Morpheus, I think is how you say that name. Now, this play missed, but it doesn't matter. I want to explain how League of Legends works, right? You take guys to go over if they're going to win and under if they're going to lose. And I'm actually going to get into this later in today's video. But Red Canids, you will see, lost the game 2-0. So because they lost the game 2-0, everyone on this team pretty much went under, right? We bet on Steps and we bet on Morpheus. Steps gets 4 kills in game 1. Morpheus gets 1 kill in game 1, and you'll see that they lost 18-11. In the second game, it was 37-13. They lose again, and they get. I always say that the winning team gets 2 to 3x the amount of kills. Well, what is 13 times 3? I don't know, but it's close to 37, right? Again, the winning team got a ton of kills here, so the losing team is going to get way less kills. And that's exactly what happened, right? You're going to see Morpheus actually has a better game. He has 6 kills. Steps only has 1 kill, and these guys both go under together. Now, if you look at the winning team, look at the winning side of this, right? I wish I could go back in time yesterday, and I could bet on this lost team, and I could take them over, right? You're going to see Zest, 13 kills. This guy, 9 kills. This guy, 5 kills. This guy, 10 kills. Why? Very simple. They won the game. Again, if you go to the first game, it's not as crazy because they only got 18 kills, but everyone on this team is pretty much going over, right? If you look at Zest here, he gets 3 kills in game 1. Cool. It's a decent amount of kills, nothing crazy. But then in game 2, again, he wins again. He gets 13. So he would have finished with 16 kills. So again, I wish I could go back in time and take some of these guys over. I didn't. Instead, what I did is I took the guys right here on this on the Red Canids team, and I took them under, which is why they hit together. Now, this played missed, so it is what it is, but that is what we do in League of Legends. And again, eventually, we're going to start hitting these things together or under together, just like we did this weekend, right? Again, you're going to see everything I did this weekend, right? League of Legends, I took the overs. This guy went way over together. Look at soccer. Look at how correlated it is, guys. These guys are right on the same line, just like Club America. Look at Chicago. They're playing in a different league, completely different players, playing against a different team, but soccer is super, super correlated together. Same thing with Valorant. Valorant also very correlated together. Now, last thing to get into is yesterday's play of the day. Freddie Freeman, I told you guys about it. I thought it was a low line. I actually thought the Dodgers were for sure going to win this game. They do not. They are now 0-3 versus the Red Sox, which is kind of crazy. But one of the reasons why I really like Freeman is because he never goes out there in the past 10 games and just puts up a goose egg. He normally at least gets something out there. He normally gets a hit or a run or whatever he does. But it kind of happened where he gets 3, so I think he got a run and or I think he got a hit, but he did not get more than that, okay? So he didn't put up a goose egg, which is the thing that frustrates me the most in MLB is when someone goes out there, they get like 4 at-bats, 5 at-bats, and they just do absolutely nothing. And then, again, in soccer, echoing everything that I just talked about with Club America, if we look at Thorns, which is where both these girls are, and you look at the Thorns team right here, they lost 5-1. It doesn't really matter, but it does show that they did get completely dominated in this game, and they only had 43% possession in this game. So if they would have had, let's just say 50% possession, then these girls probably would have went over together. I will also say that Sam Hyatt here gets taken out of the game, right? So she gets taken out of the game at the 70th minute. Is probably because they lost 5-0 or 5-1, right? So she was probably letting a lot of goals in, maybe playing really bad, so the coach takes her out. Again, I didn't watch the game. I can just tell that they didn't have much possession, so they go under together. This is very correlated. As much as it sucks to lose an entry like this, and we haven't done very well on PrizePicks specifically on the free picks. I think the last hit we had was maybe like last Wednesday or something. This is very correlated, and this is what you want to see. This is part of our strategy here. Sometimes we're going to take the overs and the unders are going to hit together, okay? I will say, with all that being said about the free picks sucking on PrizePicks, which is true, the better entries have not. Better entries, this was, I believe, 3 days ago, and then this was 2 days ago, and both of them hit back-to-back for a 3x. So you guys need to tail the better entries as well. If you're not tailing all my picks, I don't know what to tell you. Yesterday's pick, Faker DMP'd, which, it sucks, but the The discount did hit. So Faker DMP, so we get refunded. Again, I have no idea why Faker would DMP. I don't know. I feel like he's never even like missed a game ever, but he did. Anyway, let's get into today's play. All right, so we have Copper, I believe it's Kelsey Copper, to go over 19.5 points in this game. This is an amazing discount, guys. I don't care what her last 5 or last 10, what she's done against this team. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is this line is now at 19.5. So her line is 23.5 normally. You'll see it's crossed out here. And her line is now 19.5. So if she gets 20 points, if she gets 21, if she gets 22, 23, we hit. Everyone else who takes her over on a PrizePicks or underdog misses, which is absolutely phenomenal right there. Now, if you guys have ever bet on the NBA or WNBA, you guys will know that 1 point, 2 points can make all the difference in these games, okay? Because sometimes they get taken out early. They can, one free throw can be the difference between hitting and losing. These WNBA and NBA specifically are extremely close lines, which is why I love getting discounted plays specifically in NBA and WNBA, because these apps know how to set their lines. So why would you not take a line that is way discounted down by 4 points? It's absolutely crazy, okay? Now, we are going to take Clash, and we're going to take him over 15.5 headshots in this game. This is in Counter-Strike. I just noticed that you can actually see the sport, but it's just right here in a picture, so it's kind of hard to see. But Counter-Strike 2 right here for Clash, and we're taking him over 15.5. Again, this is a discount on Better that you can use to go ahead and make about $200 to $400 a month on Better and on Sleeper, because they give you 2 to 3 discounts a day on these apps. So it's like Taco Tuesday. If you like Taco Tuesday, you get this every single day on Better and on Sleeper. So you need to have these apps in your arsenal. Again, we're going to war every day with these apps, right? So it's like if you're going to war, you want as many weapons as possible, right? You want a shield, you want a spear, you want a bow and arrow, you want a sword. So maybe Old Faithful is your sword that you have, which is PrizePicks, and that's what we use 80% of the time. But if you're getting arrows fired at you, you want your shield. If there's something else, you want your spear, right? This is having these kind of niche weapons. You need to have Better and you need to have Sleeper, and maybe we only use them once a day, but when we use them, we can generate consistent money, right? And on top of that, I told you guys that I have a football season pass guaranteed for $150. Okay, so I just released this yesterday. I'm going to keep this open for the next couple of weeks here. Get in as soon as possible, guys. We have never had a football season where this money has not 5, 10, 20x'd for you, okay? I released a World Cup pass for like $50. You guys probably made $500 or more off of that pass. I mean, we went up 100 units. So if you're a $5 bettor, you would have went up $500 if you just bet $5 every World Cup. Now, I'm giving you guys like 6 to 7 months access. This is the entire football season, starting now from the end of the season, which is Super Bowl 61 on February 14th, 2027. So that's like 7 months of access right here for $150. I don't know what the math's out to. I think it's like $20 a month. You can also use Klarna or Afterpay right there if you do want to do that. And echoing what I just said with Better and Sleeper is I recommend that you get Better and Sleeper. You use it for a month. You make about $250. And with that $200, you will have paid this pass off with just a Better and Sleeper discounts every single day. And that's not even talking about PrizePicks, right? We literally went up 30 units this weekend on PrizePicks, which that means if you're a $10 bettor, you would have went up $300. So let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day here. We have 2 soccer players, and everything that I've already echoed in today's video stands true. And again, it's going to stand true for the last 100 years, and it's going to stand true for the next 100 years in soccer. This stuff does not change. It doesn't matter whether you're betting on women's soccer, whether you're betting on MLS, whether you're betting on Argentinian League, Brazilian League, whether you're betting on World Cup, right? When you have a lot of possession, you're going to go over. When you have less possession, you're going to go under, right? That's the main thing that I can talk about in today's video. We have Talaris, and they're playing this team right here. They're the much better team. They should have more possession in this game. And again, if they have more possession, these guys should both go over together, okay? Again, soccer is all about passing. If you have a lot of possession, you're going to pass a lot. If you do not have much possession, you're not going to pass very much, all right? I've liked how this team's been playing. I like these guys' stats. I like where they play in positions on the field. And again, this team should dominate possession in today's game. If they do not dominate possession and they get under 50%, then they probably will go under together. But I am thinking that they will have more than 50%, 52, 53, 55% possession and go over in today's game, okay? Very simple stuff. We use this correlated strategy over and over and over again, guys. I don't like reinventing the wheel. The reason why is because we are long-term profitable. We're up 1,200 units in 2.5 years, and we've only had 4 losing months ever, and this is the exact strategy on how we got there, using correlated entries, okay? So this stuff works. I know it works because I have thousands and thousands of bets tracked, and I have 1,000 videos on this channel pretty much explaining the same stuff. Now, the second part of this is White, and we're going to take him over 9 kills in this game. Let's go into why I like this entry. Now, you'll see in his last 10 games, you might be like, well, he goes over sometimes, he goes under sometimes, so why do we care, okay? I told you guys that in League of Legends, it matters if you win or lose, right? Go back to that Red K-Nids game. They lost 2 games, everyone goes under pretty much. The other team, I think it was TOG, they go over. They win the game, so everyone goes over in that game. Well, you will see that is this team, Use versus VBF, right? So it's actually Unicorns of Love Sexy Edition. This is their team name. Versus VFB eSports, okay? Use is way better. They are way more favored in this game. If you look here, they are 91% chance to win. And if you look down here, this is my favorite thing to look at, is Use 2-0ing. So them winning both games, there's a 69% chance of that happening. So there's a really, really good chance, higher than 60, higher than 65% chance that they win both games. So with that being said, let's look at the games where he wins both games. You're going to see that now it looks like he's going way over this line because, again, he has a really good chance, pretty much a 70% chance of this scenario happening. Again, in League of Legends, if you can find out who's going to win versus who's going to lose, you can oftentimes find out who's going to go over versus who's going to go under. How do you find out who's going to win or lose? Well, you can do research like finding money lines and finding the odds of these teams on different websites like Bovada and Thunderpick, okay? Now, if we look at in an alternate universe, right, there's based on sportsbooks odds, there's a 7% chance of this scenario happening where White and Use loses both games. Look what happens when he loses both games. He normally goes way under. You actually have to go back to 2025 in some of these games to find games where he loses both games, right? If he wins one map, it's kind of up and down. Again, we are expecting this guy at a 70% clip to win both of these games. And if he wins both of these games, you will see just how often he does go over together, okay? So really solid entry here. Again, I'm expecting this team like to win and to go 2-0. That is why we are betting on this team. And again, based on the sportsbooks odds, he has a 70% chance of doing this, okay? And you just saw how much he hits this when he does win and go 2-0, okay? So really solid line here. This is how I think about League of Legends. Winning teams over, losing teams under. I don't care about anything else. Same thing in soccer. I care about possession. More possession equals more passes. Less possession equals less passes. So you pretty much just need to answer this question. Is this team going to have more possession or less possession? That's the only question you need to answer. And then this answer here is, are they going to win or are they going to lose, right? If you can answer both these questions, then you can start betting on soccer and League of Legends. I highly recommend you join my VIP. Again, it's $150 to get like 7 months of access. I think it's like 200 days. Every time I've ran a pass like this, 2024 football pass, 2025 football pass, we have gone up, and I've probably 10 to 20 to 30x money on this pass. I mean, easily we're going to be able to do this season. I've never had a season where we have not gone up 250 to 300 units in a full NFL college football season, okay, guys? That means if you're a $10 bettor, you'd go up about $3,000 in the football season. Again, this is not being boastful. I'm not bragging about anything. I'm just telling you guys I've had 2 to 3 seasons under my belt doing this over and over and over again, and we're going to do it again. Even if we don't do it again, even if we shoot for the stars and land on the moon, what do we go up? 200, 250 units, 200 units? Okay, that would be $2,000 for a $10 bettor, right? So we do what we do, guys. You'll see. I don't want you guys to miss out, and I don't want you guys to be sitting here, at the end of the season and we're up, 500 units or whatever, and you're missing out. You missed out on all that profit you could have had, all right? So lock in there. That's going to be the first link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.